You have to understand that if you're an individual that wants to get to a higher level, that wants to have more than they currently have, that wants to be more than they currently are, the only way is through. Now, through what? Through the brute force, the work of showing up for yourself every day, the work of life. And you have to understand that every time you avoid the work, you're going to be spat out at a shitty alternative that you much rather not suffer. And you have to understand that the suffering is on both ends of the wormhole. You have to understand that you're either going to suffer in comfort and you're going to suffer in silence, or you're going to wake up every fucking day and you're going to pursue your suffering, and you're going to pursue your developing, and you're going to suffer behind the weights, behind the macros, behind the showing up and relentlessly pursuing the best version of you every fucking day, and to push your limitation and to decimate your limitation and to never hesitate or to procrastinate or to, undermine the truth, which is to elevate beyond your current fucking limit. And so every day is be your best day and show up for life. And you have to understand that the suffering is inevitable. So if you're not going to show up for life, you're just going to suffer in silence. You're going to suffer when someone who's better than you is in the same fucking area as you, in the same space, inhabiting the same area. And you're going to suffer when, your girl is glancing over at someone 10 times fucking better than you, oracally, physically, financially, on every fucking level, as existentially, mentally. Like, we could take this shit to different degrees. You have to understand that the only thing that matters is the best version of you and pursuing the power within yourself. You have to understand that everyone seeks like they don't already have. It's not about seeking without, it's about tearing off the layers within, because you already have. You just have to unveil it and reveal it to yourself. And so all of you guys walk around like this 1%, of what you could have been. You have 99.9% of power left dormant within you, but you suffer in silence, you stagnate in comfort, and you never make a move to expound beyond your limitation and get to the next level. And so if you're an individual who seeks to get to the next level by transcending their current self and elevating beyond who the fuck that pussy bitch in the mirror is, by actually taking accountability and understanding that every time you pick up a bottle, you are avoiding the work of life, which is to be the best version of you, which is to be sober, which is to be fit. If the monkey is sober and fit and you're not sober and fit, you're inferior to a fucking monkey. And so if a monkey could show up every day to life and be sober and fit, and as a human being, you can't show up and be sober and fit, to have billions of neurons in your fucking brain, but to fire them off and have a neural circuitry that works against you to spiral you in this loop of existential failure, to feel every fucking day at the same fucking things at the highest degree, to let yourself down and to know you don't want to do it, but to go against yourself and become the best weapon. You have to understand that the best weapon is you. You have to understand that your mind, you have 100% control. And every time something externally controls you, every time something that is controlling you that is not you, you failed yourself, you let yourself down. And guess what? You're going to have to suffer with that consequence. You're going to have to suffer with that addiction. You're going to have to suffer with that weak-ass mindset. You're going to have to suffer as the insecure, stifling procrastination of the individual when you could have been. You have to understand that you could have been. And then when someone who's so fucking, they have the gritness, they have the mindset, they have the cultivation of discipline to bend their fucking mind to their will every fucking day. I mean, we never missed a 3 a.m. wake up at the 24-hour gym. We never missed a 3:45 a.m. workout. Every day, we never missed a 3:45 a.m. workout. Do you know what that does to your soul? When you show up every day with the intention to be the best all the time, do you understand the look in your eye when you have shown up for years on end, stacking days every fucking day to be the best version of you? Everyone seeks the external results, but you have to cultivate the internal strength to pursue the external, and then only the external results will come. You have to understand that when you cultivate the power internally to pursue what you want externally, that is where the journey is. By being better than who you were yesterday and cultivating the discipline, cultivating the mindset, being the best version of you, to surpass the limitation, to go and be stronger than who you were, to transcend the level that you currently dwell on, and to fixate on the highest level and to never get it out of your sight. Like a fucking sniper with a beam attached, aiming straight at the fucking goal and headshotting that shit like it's nothing. And then to do it every single day and to stack that up like chips on a fucking poker game, and, you know, to laugh at anyone who has something to say. They hate on the best. They just want to be us. And it's fucking pathetic because they could be, but they decide not to be. And since we reflect what the fuck they're not, they just hate on us. You have to understand that every day we woke up with the intention to be the best self. And the highest level of validation is your fucking conduct and what you conduce, induce, and reflect into your reality. Superior conduct is the only resolution for your fucking life. If you are suffering in life, it's because you indulge in inferior fucking conduct on some level. There are levels to life, and if you are suffering on a low level, it's because you indulge in inferior fucking conduct. Your habits reflect who the fuck you are. And if you can't discipline your fucking mind to hit that assigned wake up, to hit the everyday workout, to hit the macros every fucking day, and to always track and to never let yourself down, and to always read a page of a book, any book that actually will give you more competence and more intellect as an individual, and to expound, you know, to a higher realm of thought, to think about better things for yourself and others, and to move like a fucking savage throughout your life, moving from level to level to level, and never hesitating to make a move to break the chains of mediocrity that all these fucking primates suffer in. If you can't put down the bottle, if you can't put down the vape, if you can't put down the cigarette, you're a fucking inferior primate, and the monkey's superior than you, because the monkey's sober and fit, bitch. So while you're fat as fuck, addicted as fuck, remember you're inferior to a fucking monkey by universal evaluation and conduct. The monkey is waking up and pursuing its best interest, and you are going against your best interest, bitch. So you are failing at being a fucking primate, and the monkey is better than you at the highest level. So do yourself a favor and operate at the highest level and not the lowest level. Personal development community, link in the description. One-on-one mindset coaching, link in the description. Guys, you have to understand that you only live once, and to go through life pretending like this is some rare phenomenon, like you are fucking existing in a universe and being aware to your fucking existence, and then looking in the mirror and recognizing that you are a fucking primate inhabiting a vessel that you can actually, you know, create the reality that you want, because people have obviously done it. And if you believe you can't, well, guess what? Your mind's so fucking low quality that you created a limitation and you created a barrier of what you could have been, and now you are trapped in a cage that you created for yourself. And so we're just going to reflect what the fuck you're not while you scratch the walls trying to escape. We're just going to be the individual to demonstrate that the cage was always open. You're just too fucking stupid to realize that you could have flown out. You ever seen that fucking video when the animal or whatever, it was like a group of fucking moths or some shit, I don't know, but they were in a jar and they could have escaped the jar, but they stayed in the jar because they didn't fucking realize the fact that they could escape the jar. And, you know, that's how most people live. And, you know, their internal structure is all fucked up, and then their external reality is all a fucking big mess. One big fucking problem, and the source emanation of it is the fuck in the fucking mirror. So, you know, the best way to fix your life is to look in the mirror and take accountability for that pussy and understand that you are the source of your reality, the good and the bad. And if you're not working on constructing the best version of you to have the best reality, you're going to suffer in some fucking alternative. And the worst part about it is you're not going to be aware to the fact that there are higher realms of existence that you could be existing in, because you decided and you chose that this is the one for you, even though it's the least of all of them. All you have to do is put in the work behind the thoughts that tell you to... I mean, guys, the only thing between you and where you want to be is the work you need to put in. You guys aren't putting in fucking work, but the work begins with self-mastery. And if you can't master yourself, well, guess what? You're definitely not going to master your reality. Your reality is going to bend you over. And you know what I'm saying? So do yourself a favor and master yourself. And the moment you master yourself, you can master a reality. You master yourself by quitting the addiction, showing up for your life every day by hitting the gym, no matter what fucking time it is, and hitting the assigned wake up and reading the book. It's that fucking